سلام سلام ای بچه ها، من یام یامم، دوست شما guys. I don't have very much time. I have so much to tell you guys. This is serious, okay? So, yesterday, hold on, let me pay attention. And I gotta go, okay? Yesterday, after, the sun feels good, but it's a little bit too much. Yesterday, after I got off my live because of the bathroom thing, which the lady came to the bathroom and she's like, thank you so much for letting me go first because now I have to leave. So if I would have let you go first, I wouldn't have been able to like make it. And I was like, oh, isn't God good? Anyways, met another lady. These people with dogs, you know, they all talk to me, right? So this one lady, Asian, a little bit older probably than me, and she's like, girl, you look good. And I was like, thanks. And then she was like, seriously, you look good for you. And when I told her my age, she goes, I hate you. Do not tell people your age. I hate you. Get away from me. Don't touch me. And she's so fucking cute. So anyways, I leave because to go walk Turkey, right? Turkey. And I saw, okay, I was going to go on my channel and see what video it is exactly so I can reference it, but sorry, I didn't do it. I got to go. One of my very first videos on here, fuck, I don't remember, sorry. He's in it, this guy, Rich. It's Richard, but not to be confused with Richard from Texas that I fell in love with last year. No, this is, I actually think I fell in love with Richard in Texas. And it just, I don't know. It's like, you know, when you love someone, you're like, well, we should just be together then and it'll work out. I've done it already. I've been married twice, you know. And he wasn't making it happen. And as a woman, when a man wants you, they'll make it happen. He'll come get you, especially if you're into him as much as he is or whatever, right? So anyways, this is Richard also, but he goes by Rich or Richie. And I was thinking, oh my God, if we, by the way, if you're watching, Rich, hi. Brace yourself for some bad news. I'm sorry, Rich. I love you. I really do. So I see him, and I was like, should I say hi? And I was like, nah, I gotta stay focused. So I thought about it after I left. I should have said hi. I should go back and say hi. And then I was like, nah, I gotta stay focused. And then I'm walking. 10 minutes later, he drives by and he's like, no way, I knew it was you. And he's like in the middle of the road. I'm like, oh, you need to pull over because cars are coming and stuff. And then, excuse me. And he fucked up his BMW. I feel so bad. And then on the curb when he went to go make a U-turn. And then anyways, poor BMW. And then he's like, you know, I think I manifested you. I really need to talk to someone about God. And you're the only person I've ever, you know, every time we see each other, you know, we talk about God. And then I don't know what happens. You disappear. And then I was like, oh, you want to know what happened last time? He goes, no, it's not important. It's not important what happened last time and why you blocked me. And I do normally block people. So I thought I blocked him. But then I checked later and he wasn't blocked because he said, I tried to call you. And I was like thinking you might be blocked, but it was just on Do Not Disturb. I didn't block him. So, hi everybody. Sis, you do your, yeah, this here. This? Yeah, I have it. So, I was like, okay, you want to talk about God? Let's go. And I'm like, so what's up? What's going on? And he goes, you know, I just don't know, like, how to, I want to be closer to God. I don't know how to get closer to God. And I was like, you are close to God. What you mean, like, I don't know, you sound like you're being hard on yourself. What do you mean? And so, like, we're talking, whatever, right? Last year, I met him through his cousin because his cousin was hitting on me so hard. So hard. And his cousin is good looking dude. Very good looking dude. So I don't know, I kind of entertained it or whatever. But he was like super aggressive, like kissed me. I was like, yo, bro, the audacity, you know? So the next time I saw him, I was like, bro, your cousin, is he here? I'm out of here. Because like best friends. And then he goes, yeah, my cousin is here. And I was like, oh, no, I really don't want to see him. He goes, don't worry, I got you. You know, like, don't worry, you're with me. Don't trip. And so Rich, actually, this is the second time I'm seeing Rich. First time, his cousin hits on me so hard. And Rich was really respectful, but he had a girlfriend. So that's why. At the time. Second time I see him, we sit down, and I was already sitting down. He sat down with me, and before we went to go meet back up, where he was going to meet back up with his cousin. And I told him about 4th of July, and I was like, yeah, I threw up so much. And he's like, are you sure you didn't get roofied? And he's the one that I feel like God used him to make me think like, yeah, you're right. I've never thrown up off a fucking beer. Like, I threw up so much. And then I had to remember the time I was roofied in Cancun, which was fucking like 2005 and shit, you know what I mean? So I had to remember like how I felt and everything. So hi everybody. Hi babe. Hi Angelina. I love you. And then I saw him again. I don't know, like a month later. And we're like, you know, talking, and he's telling me how he lost his like cross, and it's like really important for him because he loves Jesus. And he's like, I can't believe I lost it. And I was like, you know, sometimes that happens. Like, you're kind of like maybe too attached to it, and God's gonna take it away. You'll find it if it's meant to be. And the next time I saw him, he said, oh my God, you were right, I found it and I thought of you, blah blah blah. And then he was like, you know, feeling sorry for me for my situation. So he was like, do you need food? Like, I can go get you food or water, whatever you want. And also I have a gym, you can, you know, come take a shower or work out with me or whatever. And I was like, oh, thanks, okay. And he went to go get water and food or whatever, and I waited for him, and all sorts of crazy shit started happening. The police came, told me to put my dog on the leash, and I was like, dude, nothing like this ever happens to me. So it's a cue to leave, I guess, whatever, right? And so I left, and yeah, I could have texted him and communicated or whatever, and I didn't, you know, I just go on, like, see you next time. And So then the last time I saw him, which is that video, where he's recording me dancing to Why Does It Take So Long for Me to Get Your Love or whatever. I know, I'm getting to the tea. Oh my God, I have a little tea set. Where is it? That would have been such a good prop right now. I'm so mad. Is it here? No way, bitch. Is it here? No. The last time we were going through like my books and stuff together, and I had such a good idea for a movie, and he was like, you need to write it down right now. So I realized he has good energy. I was able to get stuff done, like be productive with him. He has a government job. Taylor had a government job. What's going on? It's a little bit kind of So I don't remember when it was last year. It was like triple digits, really hot or whatever. And somehow I ended up getting like stranded hiking, and I didn't know who to call for help. And I called him for help, and he was a dick to me. And that's why I think I thought I blocked him, because I was like, I need help. And he was like, well, I don't know when I'm going to be able. And I'm like, I'm dying, bitch. Are you fucking serious? And I think my intuition tells me, because he's so tight with his cousin and they're together all the time, they're like best friends or whatever, I'm sure his cousin was like so jealous. Why the fuck is she like kicking it with you and calling you and all this shit? Although Rich was very respectful. I kept thinking, oh my God, if I actually do this plan that Rich proposed to me last night, I would be Rich. Because I would just call it power of your tongue. I would just be calling him Rich all the time. Not Richard, not Richie. I'd be like, Rich, hey Rich! And I would just fucking fuck around and play around so hard all the time, just saying his name. And he'd be like, I'm so sick and tired of hearing my name, but no, we're gonna be a rich bitch. So, last night, after a deep conversation about God and like, I don't know, bro. He made his move. You know, I was really caught off guard, and I wasn't expecting him to be such a good kisser. I was like, it felt like we had made love to each other, not just in one past life, multiple past lives. It was really, I was shocked. I was shocked. Then he goes, may I eat you? Like that? People, when I tell you this works, get yourself one of these. Place an order. God, I need to be serviced. So I didn't let him. And he kept saying it, please, I need to taste you. And I was like, where is it? And he's like, you know what? We can be friends. He said, am I moving too fast? I was like, yeah. See, here's the thing. It's a green flag and a red flag moving that fast. A green flag is like, oh, you guys are so compatible like that like, you know, from day one, well, not day one, because it wasn't like when we first met, we couldn't keep our hands off each other or whatever, you know what I mean? But it seems like if I would have let him last night, oh my God. And here's one of the things that disappointed me about him last time and this time is that, you know, I don't know how old he is. I think he's 10 years younger than me. Fuck, bro. Maybe more. But he lives at home. Even though he has a government job, good job, whatever, you know, nice car. Him living at home, it has nothing to do with what the point. The point is, Anybody who lets me sleep in my car in the situation that I am, I just feel like that's God's way of telling me, like, that was another thing with Richard from Texas. How you gonna be okay with me? Are you for real? You're no man that is serious about you would let you be in this situation. Like, that's just really unbelievable to me. Really, I can't even believe it. There's someone that, you know, cares about you or loves you or whatever would let you be in this situation. I just don't. And you know, that was Michael was the only one that like took me in or whatever, and then he was the only one I wanted to like make love to. But he went around telling everybody that he's like doing me a favor or whatever, and made up this whole story where I'm like this damsel in distress, and he's like the hero telling. I mean, he just cares way too much what other people think, and I don't give a fuck about anybody. But because he grew up in that neighborhood, wherever the fuck where he lives, in Glendora, that it's really important to him because that's, you know, been his whole life or whatever. Gosh, just don't see people ever again, so I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. But that's what he had told everybody, that he like saved me off the streets, and it's like, are you so then Rich goes, I'm glad we got the kissing out of the way, you know, we just be friends. Like, you don't want to acknowledge that you keep asking to service me? Huh. I lost count of how many times he asked to service me before I was like, I gotta go. Because he's been celibate and I've been celibate, so we're not gonna fuck that shit up. You got me fucked up. Someone's gotta be strong. I guess it's the divine feminine shit. And then so he gave me a proposal. He was like, so that's why this morning we're supposed to, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna text you, Rich, please don't hate me, I love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So he's like, let's go to the gym this morning this morning, and every day. He goes, are you fucking serious? Like, I'm serious. And he had already told me before, if you're serious, like, we're gonna go to the gym. And last time I saw him, he was way buffer. He was like, I couldn't believe how disciplined he was gym-wise. It doesn't seem like he's been doing it as much lately, but I'm pretty sure he's like me, where within a week, maximum 1 month, total body transformation, because we have muscle memory, right? So that was the plan, to go to the gym, work together to kind of like build on the spirituality thing, where, you know, he like, my idea was to have like a group, social group time, I don't know what the fuck to call it, but to allow people to like come together and maybe talk about, like, you know, whatever, their spirituality or whatever. And that was my idea. We could do whatever, maybe like this. I read this, you guys, it's effing amazing. Effing amazing, okay? Hey, let your dog out or give him a drink, would you? You don't need to worry about my dog, okay? We're about to go, I'm gonna go walk him right now. And he already drank water, he already had food. So you can just chill out. You guys are so worried about my dog. It's a beautiful day. It's 60 degrees outside, bitch. It's a beautiful day. So it's not hot in here. You know, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You guys are so fucking annoying. Always gotta be running your mouth, you stupid, dumb motherfuckers. Ugh. So I was like, how far do I have to get to like find the, like, it's on page 13 if you care. And then I don't think I'm gonna read the rest of the book. That's funny, huh? No, I'm just kidding. Are you Iranian? Yes, Azizam. Shatori. Wait, are you Iranian? Bale. Khubi. Huh? I rebuke you in the name of, oh my God, King Yeshua is alive. Anyone watching from another country, always. You kind of loudmouth? You a stupid ass bitch or what? Huh? Sorry, I'm about to shit on every motherfucker. So what's up? This Conan motherfucker wants to get butt fucked, apparently. Is that what's up, bitch? Oh my God. This girl is the worst. With a name like Cheeseburger Randy? Bitch. Can't wait for AI to put you through the slaughterhouse. Like the fucking cheeseburger that you represent. You little bitch. Oh my God, it's a backseated dog or a teddy. That's so cute. Give us a dance. Turkey, what's up? Oh, let me just... Oh my God. Happy Resurrection Day. Yeah, I celebrate Jesus every day. Dubai? What's up? Quebec? What's up? Okay. So... I decided to run away. I'm sorry, Rich. Because that was too real. What happened last night was like too real. I don't want to be sleeping in my car and then just like accepting help from him. I can get a gym membership myself. I could have by now, you know what I mean? But I just like working out outdoors. I guess I could have for the shower thing, but it's really gross. You know, people get fungus from the showers and shit. So I was just like, ew. I don't know, I just feel like I'm not trying to have sex. I'm really not. And he says, yeah, we could be friends or whatever, but no, man. If I would have let you, you would have. And it would have gone all the way. And then we would have possibly become inseparable. But I don't know. I feel like if someone really wanted to be with me, they would be like, what's up? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And how can we make this like... I don't know. I'm sorry, Rich. I can't talk about it anymore. I'm so sorry. But I'm going to pray for you. And I love you. You have a really good energy. And I cannot believe, I would have never guessed in a million years how sensual and fucking sexy as fuck you are, like, intimately. Where is it? Okay. Someone once said, I gotta read this and then I gotta go. Someone once said there is really very little difference between people, but that little difference makes a great deal of difference. Jabez doesn't stand astride the Old Testament like Moses or David, or light up the book of Acts like those early Christians who turned the world upside down. Oh, you know what? There was something at the beginning that I needed to tell you guys. Hold on. Preface. Dear reader, I want to teach you how to pray a daring prayer that God always answers. It is brief, only one sentence with 4 parts. This guy's cute. And tucked away in the Bible, but I believe it contains the key to a life of extraordinary favor with God. This petition has radically, so a little bit further on, he talks about how, okay, this little book you're holding is about what happens when ordinary Christians decide to reach for an extraordinary life, which, as it turns out, is exactly the kind God promises. Okay? One thing is for sure, the little difference in his life made all the difference. Jabez? You could think of him as the prodigy of the genealogy, or maybe the Bible's little big man. You'll find him hiding in the least, this is the I was going to tell you, the least read section of one of the least read books of the Bible. The first 9 chapters of 1 Chronicles are taken up with the official family tree of the Hebrew tribes, beginning with Adam and proceeding through thousands of years to Israel's return from captivity. Talk about boring. The long list of unfamiliar and difficult names, more than 500 of them, are likely to make even the bravest Bible student turn back. Chapter 4. The descendants of Judah, blah, 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 blah. I'd forgive you if you suddenly considered putting this little book aside and reaching for your TV remote, but stay with me. Because 44 names into the chapter, 44 is my number, huh? "44 names into the chapter, a story suddenly breaks through. Now Jabez was more honorable than his brothers, and his mother called his name Jabez, saying, because I bore you in pain. And Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, oh, this is it, guys. This is it. I'm going to put this on my community post. This is like unbelievable. God, oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me, and that you would keep me from evil, that I may not cause pain. So God granted him what he requested. 1 Chronicles 4, 9 through 10. Let's read that again. This is serious, guys. Father in heaven, oh, that you would bless me indeed. You already do. Thank you. And enlarge my territory. Okay, if that's your will, enlarge my territory. I don't want it, but But if you do enlarge my territory, you want to put more on my plate, help me to handle it gracefully, God. And your hand would be with me. It already is all the time. Thank you, God. Thank you. Your hand is on my life, like completely. I trust you. And they me full. Yeah. I want to cause unintentional pain. Like